Hey, good morning, y'all. 22 April. I haven't heard any scientists speaking on this topic, so since I'm going to be here and I have a voice, until we go paranormal, I have a suggestion. I've always said that I guess humans will be responsible for reteaching species how to eat properly. So let's go straight to the alligator or crocodile and think training for them. So they need their own place. Now my question would be, as a vegan, as a man of God, what would you put in a biosystem, a vast biosystem, so that alligators could consume it and it would not be improper consciousness, just like the guidance that we have? And then over time, as they evolve in their domain, being given what we determine they need. Now we need a big enough place for a bunch of alligators in one area and crocodile in another that children can go look at. It's a new natural zoo, but it's vast and it's done with water flow and all the best elements of nature that will be made available as the blue KaChina and the red KaChina attain balance for Gaia. And we think correctly about how to treat our brothers and sisters on Earth, because hell, a crocodile can be cold-blooded and look at you like they want to eat you for lunch, and they mean it. And there are human versions that we must acknowledge. Now they'll be swept away because they had their chance. You know, our Creator always gives the reptiles the first chance. The evidence is in the dinosaur bones. The evidence is the reason Lemuria dropped. The evidence is the reason the Draco saw them and hijacked them to scare us. And by God, the plan worked. Thank Seinfeld. Thank Shiva. Because we are born to win the game. It's really a game. And you're a divine grid programmer if you want to be. Knowing your God and what you say matters, but it better be fact. Or the waterboard will get the rest. You see, you don't need to be waterboarded, you just need to forgive yourself for voting. And then as we trace it up the food chain, we'll get to the illuminated actress Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, what a crossroads if there ever was one. A petunia imitating a tortoise, imitating a nurse of the CFR and George Soros, who opposed Hillary boldly and paid for it by dyeing her hair slightly gray, and is ready to tell the truth. She must be. She can't go. She can't go, but she might, because there's a Luciferian memory complex that must not be here in their field of lives, because we have a field of dreams of no competition. Girls and boys playing together, having fun, but damn it, you better win. No, you shouldn't have to win. Even with women on the team, look at those women play softball, holy smoke! So yes, I propose we go back to good old-fashioned big softball. They played that in the lakes of Chicago when they liked to run around bases. And then it folded up and it became instant history. The large softball that you play and they wear no mitts in the field. And man, you could be who you are and get up there and smack that ball, and hey, you miss it, you're out. Next batter. Well, that could be a rule, but it's a one-inning game. The one with the most runs after one inning wins. Boys and girls, Might happen in a field of dreams. Someday. Oh, someday the park near the house, near Dolores Cannon. It's on the way. Yes, transformation. Take a while for Huntsville. The deer. Those deer, they're fed. Man, they can move. You ain't gonna see them unless you do. You get it. Or you don't. It's seasonal. It's in a cycle. And what if they had enough awareness to go, whoa, hey, let's go over to the garage and say good morning to those children. Okay, let's walk away. That day will come when the bows and arrows are intended to be shot straight up in the air and not stood under, because that, ladies and gentlemen, is the cycle of consumption that leads to your baptism. Right when that head is soft, they pour some water on it and say, you're gonna die. Here's some ashes if you're Catholic. And if you protest that, we have a war to fix you. Oh, by goodness, Baptist or not, you'll go. You'll run right after it. Who did 9/11? Them. We know it. Billy Graham, ask him. Abracadabra, Billy Graham, my God. My God. You must know the truth in order to proceed around the boardwalk. The boardwalk below Gitmo. Yes, Monopoly, they had it. So many ways to play the game in a box. Just go to jail. They'll have to pay you to stay there. You can go, actually leave yourself there and say, hey, I'll be right back. And leave yourself there in their jail, and they have to figure out what the fuck to do with all their hotels. Because they'll have nobody to pay anybody. Rothschilds, they invented it and it's a box. So after double day, run around the bases. He invented baseball. What about baseball? Well, in baseball, it's a timeless game. It's run by the man, by the umpire. Let me explain the rules. That batter could hit that ball inside those lines, and he could go wherever the hell he wants. And if he's not being interfered with, or vice versa, it's the umpire's decision as to how stupid the man wants to be. So you could be the Harlem Globetrotters, and if the umpire is just saying, hey, he's not into, I mean, this is legal stuff. Now, once the ball is within a situation, you, the runner, need to align yourself with your progress. You might have fucked off for the first 15 seconds like Babe Ruth, but you have to start moving in the proper direction. Now, having said that, we could get into us a pickle, because time's a dimension, and shit, the pickle could technically last forever. If the guy was, well, I don't know that that's, all I could say is that play by Derek Jeter, that man of the Yankees who looked me in the face, and John Wayne Seton, Wayne with Socrates, that play by Derek Jeter, where he pinched inside the first baseline and fucking backflipped it. He wasn't supposed to be there. That's not his position. You don't learn that in any league. And there he was on a world stage. Ladies and gentlemen, he did it every day. They do it every day. When the men do it every day and they're perfect, you can't imitate them. You can try, but you idolize them. They're gods. They're gods. They're human gods. Unless they're land from some other planet and play baseball, they're human gods. Apply those attributes to everything. Everything, your position in the totem pole of life as God. You pay. You pay. You pay. You Starlock that 13, you Hogan's hero. Thought you was smart, huh? What happened to Bob Crane? Did they get him? Uh-oh. Can we continue to tell this story? Yes, we can. What happened to Pat Tillman? They got him. Oh, 5 eyes. Intelligence. Well, you know, they're really 5. You got a kind of brother. You got all kinds of extra shit going on. When you're hippy-dippy, you got your earth tilted. My dude thought he'd go tilted over that way. No problems. Hanging around since Lemuria. Divine feminine. Mountain of light. Had it all whacked out over there to Australia. Now, people. Magnetic reversal is an occurrence. Multi-altitude, multi-dimensionally in the space of your awareness. When that magnetic azimuth points to true north, to grid north on your new map of not the flat earth. And you better put them 4 corners in between them 2 eyes and be prepared to drive straight. Yeah. Follow the lead. Follow Yeshua. Then you can be a wingman. You know he's going to give you that buck. Maybe. He might not. He's running fast. He's never caught him. They didn't catch him. They didn't catch him. He had a family. Had 2 daughters. Sarah, Maya, and Calendar. Back to it. It's 144,000 days. It's 400 of them till 2020. I just abbreviated for you. So do your math. Live on New Earth. Be like a kid. Cause I'm gonna be here. Look at all 4 corners. Tell me where I'm gonna be where I was. Then you find out. Slip Wilson. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Who was it that said that? We're gonna find out. I think it was Patterson Moses. How hard we gonna hit it? We're going on a tour of Fort Knox. Okay, cadets, we're coming up here on the Mint area. We're gonna hit the Mint area and drive by. Moses said on the bus, how hard we gonna hit it? And guess what? I ran into that guy in Itaewon, in the back alleys. I was having a coat made with astronauts jumping out of the space station, falling to Earth, and they sewed it on a jacket for me. Because I thought that was cool. So bigger than shit, there he is. Hey, how you doing, man? He's in, he's a captain. He's a captain. Moses. Tree was from Vietnam. He was in my platoon. Tree. When the lights went out. That's what Patterson Moses would say. That's his way of saying goodnight to the whole barracks. Tree. Moses had to be 6'5". He looked like Patterson Moses. Big forehead. You weren't messing with him. Unless you were Dave Crowley. Dave Crowley was like a madman. Built every bit of it. He could have been an MMA fucking hero. But he was a mild man. He was going on the road to, I'm going and you should send me some money because I'm going. That kind of Christ. And he was that kind of man. Very solemn in that occasion, but I made him laugh. He was my friend. We were in the platoon. It was his turn to be platoon sergeant. And it was a night of madness in the barracks. They turned out the lights. People went batshit crazy. And the fucking drill sergeant came in. Where's the platoon sergeant? Crowley had a report. And oh my God, it was a reverse hurricane. We passed the need to have the lights on in seconds from his attitude of beatitude of, oh, it was wrong. I can't imitate it. He had a scholarship in my mind at that point, but he didn't want anything to do with that. He just came because he was on the road, like so many of them. My God, from all over. And there it began. My life began at Fort Knox in terms of knowing a gig line. And then, by God, although majoring in table tennis and requiring a 2.5 GPA to transfer to a college and only applying to Loyola University in Maryland and being rejected by them because I had a 2.45 and they wanted a 2.5. I was stuck with a scholarship and no place to go to college. So, Hofstra took me even though Hofstra University required a 2.5 apparently. The connection to Uncle Sam was fine with them. How ironic, because my son suffered the antithesis of that. But I'll let him tell that story someday from his mountain high post in Arizona. That boy got some tapestry. But to get back to baseball and getting around the bases, technically one guy could drag a game on and then somebody calls timeout. There's another pitch, there's another timeout. Oh, let's go home. Let's come back tomorrow. Wait, we're into 20 innings. And my name's Joe Madden. How could he? He could beat that guy so easy just by dragging it out. Because once the player's out, he's out. So you just drag him out and you win. But somehow he won. It's so ironic. He counted pitches and he traded hitters and, you know, the only thing I say a few things about Matt. He was stoned. When I wore my Tillman shirt, Mark Riemann was there. On the day they wanted me to put the Buck shirt on. This is a coincidence, but it happened. So, that man also painted his seat white in the Trop because of his management and the need to send the Boston Red Sox home. And they showed up the next season wearing their Boston shit because like they made the playoffs or whatever. And it was done to introduce the guy from my Whitney Bank Birch shared revenue of a cruise ship and a baseball game. I had to point out the white seat. And it was fine. I wasn't there to fight like some New York guy. Now I saw a poor St. Louis Cardinal fan, every bit of 16, get punched in the face on departure. Poor kid cheering with his mitt, you know, hoping for a foul ball. The Cardinals came back and won. It was a vortex of New York going home. So therefore, the boy cheering his home team as a visitor received a public punch in the face that hurt. And then the man left. There was no need for security. The damage had been done. It was that kind of brawl at the end of a game. So games do end, and new ones begin. And by God, we sit on new earth. I was Billy the Kid. I was Bonfiglio. Oh, Filipino. First Crusader. And I went to Chaminade. And how about that? Who are you? As it turns out, you could have been a rice picker. Plenty of those. They get bit by snakes. Snakes do medicine. Maybe you have a calling to go quantum. Be lit. Be turned around. Be ironic. That's Philip. It's all ironic. Thomas was astounded. The universe is inside you. Philip was the book of irony. Because he Joe Biden is going to make out pretty good, as is Genghis Khan. But Donald Trump is going back to fire. Unless there's another choice for him. Just timeline-wise, he experienced a timeline in the future and graded out and died. Not on the future we're going to. I'm trying to say this plainly. You know, processed foods hurt, like white bread, for some reason. That is directly medically tied to diverticulitis, regardless of whatever the quantum reasons are for genetic purposes. Just as a consumable item, like Wonder Bread, certain types have that finer, I guess, processed stuff that is fine, improper, like brown sugar is okay. So I guess your digestive system is timed out by nature, but when man gets involved, all of a sudden you got razor blades going on down in your lower colon for some reason. And there is, between other things, it's a deterioration to your intestinal lining. So for people who want to get ahead of that, older guys who've been eating shit, if you have a continual pain and you are next to your belly button, like, hey, there it is, that's what it is. And so if you refine your diet, I think it'll reverse. High alkaline, another reason. Because if you were eating the right food all along, you wouldn't have had the problem. I had diverticulitis. I caused it. But I had it. I had to get a new hip. I ran out of my old one. I'd do it again. I'm gonna live forever, so I'm good with it. Bamboo Man. Dr. Stolarski measured me out. I run. I just can't run with 60 pounds on me and go 100 miles. But hey, I'm at 108-ish, plus, minus, a salad. I'm cruising. Should be like me. I guess I'm supposed to say it and have people go, Billy, you're going to be sick. You say, okay. How ironic. My Uncle Philip was a good man. He was the only boy. So ironic that he died so soon. But he's got a son named Philip. He had a son named Patrick. Patrick's gone. Patrick liked to fly planes. He's a wild man. And he crashed. He's gone. So, death is a lie. He finished his test because he obviously thought to himself back before he was born, yeah, let's do all that. Live on the beach, have parents that love us, and we just get and then I'm going to crash a plane. Rosemary's a saint. That whole the whole Harrison family, a bunch of saints. Sheridans and Harrisons. Long Beach. Both shores. What a life. What a life. I was just in the middle of it, watching the picnics. And it was beautiful. I went in the Army. I was back there to watch Columbus Day turn into St. Patrick's Day. Columbus was still around. But it was St. Patrick's Day. They got the sanitation department playing the bagpipes. Italian people want to identify with Columbus, then that's Obama. So they can go, oh, no, not that Columbus. The grandma's Columbus. The fine wine of the orchards. That Columbus. Get them bloodlines mixed in really fast there in Italy, because it's Rome. So you really tied in. You better be careful which side of that lily, that golden lily, juice from France. Oh boy, he used it as a blade. Those KaChina, New Orleans Saints, and Napoleon Bonaparte. Yeah, he whipped it through. The little short guy who stuck his hand in his illuminated chest. Just keep telling the truth. Justice. And live forever with no need for kryptonite fear. It's fear. Kryptonite was fear. But it gave him a headache. So, that's the pills of a New York reporter who had to try and write editorials while being Superman. What a fucking job! How can you write for a paper when you got Perry White going, great, Caesar's ghost, and it's Jesse Landon. Jesse Landon, please watch this. Send it to him. Perry, myself and Jesse Landon have coincidental paths. And man, he killed me. He was the sheriff. And I was Billy the Kid. And he got me. In the shadows, all I did was say, Guinness, in my bare feet, walking quietly, no noise in the room. Boom, he shot me right in the heart. Now, what am I supposed to do, being shot in the heart? How can I give myself CPR when I've been shot in the heart? I can't go chase the bullet back, it's going through me.